Hey guys, welcome up for a new episode of Tele English Podcast, the one and only podcast made to spread the knowledge of English in a fun way to all age groups. I am your host Nadia, and in today's episode, we will dig deeply into the tips and tricks to encourage young learners, especially for primary, secondary, and pre-university students, to speak well in English. We will go into the ins and outs of today's topic and give listeners a special surprise at the conclusion. Be sure to listen all the way through to find out more. Before we start, let me introduce our first special guest for today. Our first guest, a very dedicated and talented English teacher from SMK Ayekaro, Melaka, who won an Outstanding Teacher Award in 2020. Guess, who is it? Yes, he is Sir Alif Muhammad Amin. I am humbly thanks Sir Alif for spending your time here in this podcast session. How are you, sir?
Thank you, Nadia. I'm in the pink. First and foremost, I would like to thank you for giving me this opportunity to share my experience and for this golden chance of an invitation.
Sure, sir. It is not a big pleasure. Not to forget, our second special guest is a former student from SM Science Sri Putri who has a charming and sweet smile. Hi, Amni. You look stunning today. Thank you for accepting our invitation to be interviewed. Would you mind sharing a brief overview of your educational background?
Hi Miss Nadia. Hi Sir Alif. It's an honor to be one of the speakers for this podcast. For your information, I'm a Form 5 student and will be taking SPM next year in February. Since I was in Form 3, I've been a very active student, especially in any activities that were related to English. Luckily, I've been selected as one of the debaters that represent my school at the national level. Earlier this year, our group won the Malaysian Schools Debating Championship 2021, and that's my highest achievement so far in English field.
Wow, it's an outstanding achievement, and I'm pretty sure you have gone through a lot to get to that point. Evidently, our podcast session this time are really great, as we are welcoming the best people to share their experience and knowledge. Without further ado, let us move right into the first topic, which focus on the teacher's point of view. As we know, for some people, learning English is really hard for them, especially speaking English. Sir Alif, what would you like to share with us about how you handle your students and encourage them to speak?
Undoubtedly, English is not a mother tongue language for all students. They might come from different backgrounds and families. So, my first tip to share is to excuse a few mistakes. To be specific, we can excuse mistake in their speech because we want to build their confidence to speaking in English. Phrases like no room for mistake are not relevant if it comes to this kind of discussion. In order to let them speak more, we can't judge their grammar, vocabulary, or use words to detail. This action only gives negative impact to students' self-ability to speak more. Other than that, normalize to give more positive reaction to students if they make mistake instead of criticize them. This will help to secure students' spirit and give them more chance to do better in speaking. For example, if students mispronounce some words, just give some comment like, nice try, oh, excellent attempt, and more. Teacher also need to make sure that the whole class give the same positive energy to the situation in order to help each other to speak more in English. Well, we as teachers will do our best to encourage and provide them with their own space so that they can grow and speak English more fluently. Yeah.
Yes, it might seem like a small matter, but this thing really influenced them, right? What about you, Amni? Did you agree with Sir Alif's tips?
I totally agreed with Sir Alif because certain students are really scared to try speaking English in class as they feel bad if they make any mistakes. But the truth is that it is a part of the learning process. Don't ever feel bad, but try to improve ourselves to become better English learners.
The fact that it appears to be a formal topic, I enjoy it and learn a lot. Alright, Sir Alif, do you have any tricks on tackling the students speaking English, mainly in the classroom?
As a teacher, it is our responsibility to make our class communicative. Being able to speak in English by translating it by yourself would really motivate yourself to speak even more. That also implies to students because whenever they understand new words and get to use them in their daily lives, it brings out joy. So, a teacher could always speak English in class, but use simple English words so that the students will understand more better. If students make mistakes, motivate them to speak the right way. A teacher must guide them and pay attention to the students when they are talking. Ask simple questions to the students and rephrase their answer using correct grammar if they are wrong. So, the students would know what's wrong with their sentence, and if a student has pronunciation problems, just say the correct pronounce to them. By doing these things, it would definitely encourage students to speak more during class.
What a blessing it is to have a teacher that puts a lot of effort into making the students enjoy learning, even in 1,000 ways. Guys, please bear with us because for the second topic, we will touch more on the students' views about speaking English. Is speaking English really hard, or is it that the student itself doesn't change themselves? So let us take a few moments to wait. Previously, we have heard some sharing on tips and tricks from Sir Alif, which is from the perspective of the teachers. So, now that we have moved on to our second topic, I believe you will be able to elaborate on it well, particularly since you are still a student. So, Amni, as a student, do you have any suggestion as to how to encourage young learners to speak English more?
I believe that if teachers provided interactive activities, all students would be enthusiastic about studying. Through this activity, which mainly focuses on communication skills such as debate, we, as students, will not step in and try our best to give our full commitment and participate in the activity. Based on my own experience, our teacher assigned us with debate activity that really interesting. As we all know, debate usually comes with topics that are too formal and not fun for students because we cannot elaborate and generate idea from it. But that time, my teacher gave us a topic that was more attractive, which is are pieces better than maths? It sounds great, right? So by hook or by crook, we must all prepare and provide our best ideas in order for our team to succeed. Although some students never had experience in debate activities, they did it well. We put in a lot of effort and helped each other succeed. I personally think using this trick can help encourage students as they have medium to speak more in English.
You're right, Amni. Some students just do not know how to get out of their comfort zones. Most surprisingly, they can do well beyond their expectations. I believe that each student might have their own potential, but they need some courage and activities for them to develop their skills.
Wow, wow, and wow! It is a fascinating topic. Yes, I feel that some children will love learning English provided their teachers, giving them with a fun activity to engage in. For my final question, I would like to ask Amni, do you have any tips to share with all the students out there to improve their English speaking skills? As we all know that English is vital in this status quo.
It might sound weird, but my tip is to practice self-talk every day. Just take 10 minutes every day to talk in English on whatever topics that you like to talk about. For instance, how was your day today? What's your favorite movie? Anything that you would like to talk about. Some people are really comfortable and confident talking alone without other people around them. The more you practice with yourself, the better your English skills will become. As the saying goes, practice makes perfect. So try to communicate in English as much as possible. Some people assume they don't have the opportunity to practice speaking since they don't live in the United States or another English-speaking country. If English is not spoken at work or if they do not know any native English speakers, they may be discouraged. Those arguments may be valid, but don't let them keep you from learning. Because to the growth of globalization and technology, you have more possibilities than ever to practice speaking English.
Need a tutor? Homework trouble? Task question? Come to share the fun. We are from Teach Any Tutors provide you free tutoring from community program students studying to become teacher. Any subject, any grade, every week 3 p.m. to 5 p.m. Monday to Saturday. Call us right away at 011-1122-3345. See you there.
Well done, Amni. Even the tips you give are simple, but I personally think that is the best way to improve our speaking skills. No one could change us if we didn't start with ourselves. To soar further, we must assert our own effort, right? Before we end our podcast session this time, I would like to ask some conclusions that both of you can give or any hope to the students out there in order to improve their skills in speaking English.
To all beloved students out there, I know that you can do it. Speaking English is not as hard as you think. You need to always believe in yourself that you are the best. No one can stop you. Keep moving forward and never underestimate yourselves. Try to give yourself a chance to improve for a better future. Just start with small steps every day and keep consistent. As a teacher with a big heart, we are willing to help our students improve their speaking skills as long as they put in the effort. Last words from me, as a saying from Lou Holtz says, winners embrace hard work. They love the discipline of it, the trade-off they're making to win. Losers, on the other hand, see it as a punishment, and that's the difference.
Becoming a master at something does not even happen overnight. It is a process. And never discourage yourself from continually making progress, no matter how slow it is. If you have the capability to speak English, it is absolutely great as you can master other languages even we are not staying in those countries. Never lose hope because we strive for progress, not perfection.
Oh my God. I don't even believe our podcast session will be great in this way. A lot of tips and tricks that we got along with this session. And I hope that whoever listen to it can get new knowledge and use it in their daily life. From the bottom of my heart, I again thank Sir Alif and Amni for giving their time to share their own thoughts in this session. We hope that all of the knowledge given was beneficial to you. As always, Thanks for listening to the Tele English Podcast. Please rate and review us on Apple Podcasts if you enjoy today's topic. And be sure to tune in next week for a discussion on a truly surprising topic. Until then, I'm Nadia, your podcast host. Don't forget to follow us on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook. This podcast was created by Shahira. It was produced and recorded by Nadia, researched by Amni and Alif, and edited by Intan. Tele English Podcast is a product of Smile Studio.